The Trump administration in the United States has imposed reciprocal tariffs on a lot of countries around the world. And in addition, they have imposed tariffs on Canada as well, especially recently announced 25% tariff on Canadian automotive. April 2nd is what the Trump government claimed to be the Liberation Day for the United States when they imposed tariffs on a big list of countries all around the world. Now, Canada being affected with tariffs imposed by the administration, which have violated the USMCA free trade agreement that is between United States, Canada, and Mexico. However, now with the new tariffs coming in, a lot of changes are going to happen in the Canadian economy. How will these tariffs impact Canadian immigration? And can these tariffs actually be a positive thing for Canadian immigration? This is what we are going to talk about in this video. So stay tuned until the end. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Roop. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. At our firm FHCN, we assist all prospective immigrants with their immigration to Canada. If you are an aspirant, you need assistance, here is our contact information. Feel free to contact us and we would be happy to assist you. If you would like to chat with me personally, the link to book an appointment is in the description of this video. Feel free to book an appointment and I would be happy to talk to you. Guys, if you want to stay updated about Canadian immigration, this is the channel you want to subscribe. So make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Now, with tariffs being implemented, the economy is going to get impacted. A lot of the trade is going to get impacted, and hence, with economy, immigration will be impacted. Now, contrary to the popular belief that if the economy suffers, the government will reduce immigration. In this video, we're going to talk something opposite to that and see how actually the tariffs can improve or increase the number of immigrants that Canada intakes in order to sustain itself. So before we go into those details, let's quickly though answer the comment of the week. This comment comes on our OINP International Student Stream video, and the question is, I did my bachelor's degree in India and I did 1+1 in Canada. Do I need to submit my ECA? Now the question is great, however it depends on the type of application you're applying. In most cases, if it's an express entry application and you're claiming points for your bachelor's degree and hence you need to provide your ECA. In OINP, depending on the points that you're claiming, if it's the international student stream and you're claiming points for a bachelor's, you still need the ECA report. So again, it is very subjective to the kind of application you are applying. In most cases though, if you have a bachelor's back home and 1+1 in Canada, you should have an ECA handy because in most applications you would need it. I hope this answers your question. Now going into the details of the tariffs, the trade war, and how it can impact immigration. Now guys, President Trump's administration announced 25% tariffs on Canadian automakers. Any auto part going from Canada to the United States will be surcharged 25% tariff. This is going to affect the auto industry in Canada, impacting the economy and lives of thousands of people who work in the automotive industry. Now, when such a thing happens, the common belief is that economy suffers, the government wants to reduce the unemployment, there are not many jobs, so the immigration will be reduced in order to ensure that folks who are inside Canada are taken care of first. Yes, while that may be true in the short run, in the long run, we may see things to be otherwise. Now coming back to the question which you all are eagerly awaiting for, how actually the Trump tariffs can help Canadian immigration. Is there any positive note to this? The answer is that it can, and maybe in the short term it may not, but in the long run we can see these things play out. As the United States imposes tariffs on Canada and other allies, Canada will look for alternate trade partners. United States has been Canada's biggest trading partner, and vice versa. Canada has been US's biggest trading partner so far. A lot of goods move up and down the border, north and south of the border every single day. But now with US's trade actions, Canada has understood that it has to find alternate trade routes. It has to find alternate options. This means the Canadian government, the Canadian people need to ensure that they have the necessary infrastructure to export their products out to Europe, export their products to Asia Pacific, and hence they need trade routes running throughout the country. In the past, the trade routes have been goods being produced in Canada and going south of the border. As an example, the oil that is produced in Alberta goes down to the US to get refined, which then is exported out to the world later on as refined crude. Now, with these trade actions, the government of Canada is understanding that they need to build pipelines. They need to build pipelines and trade corridors, and they need to do it really quickly in order to ensure that their trade, their production can reach other parts of the world without going through the United States. This means trade routes, trade corridors that run from east to west. They need pipelines, oil pipelines that run across the country so that we are able to export our crude to other parts of the world. Thirdly, we need more and more trade partnerships around the world, and that way we can sustain our industry. We can ensure that our trade, our exports, our imports, everything is not impacted, and we're not much reliant on the United States. Now, how can this actually help immigration? So, guys, this means if the Canadian government wants to build quick projects for pipelines, for trade corridors, for railway tracks across the country to move goods and services, move products from coast to coast, that needs manpower, that needs construction workers, that needs engineers, that needs a whole plethora of people. And where do the Canadian government get their human resource to work in remote areas? The answer is immigration. Now, as these big construction mega projects come up, it is possible that the government resorts to bringing in construction workers, bringing in engineers, bringing in other support workers in order to get these projects from 0 to 100, in order to get them going fast, so that our industries are not impacted by the US's trade actions. Now, the trade actions are impacting the entire world economy, with stock markets being in red for the past few days continuously, and it will impact Canadian economy as well. But Canadian economy may resort to immigration, to immigrants, to help build the infrastructure in home, to be able to support the new projects, to be able to support new trade routes, and to ensure that Canadian goods and services reach other parts of the world while the US does not want them anymore. That is my hypothesis on how the tariffs can actually improve or help Canadian immigration, with Canada resorting to folks, to immigrants, to help build these big mega projects in order to revive its trade, revive its industries. We'll only see how it progresses, how things turn out. With the US administration, things change pretty quickly. So we'll have to see how these things evolve. But that is my hypothesis so far. This may turn out to be true or may not. We'll see how it goes. That's it for this video, guys. So in summary, we've talked about how actually the Trump tariffs can mean something positive for Canadian immigration, considering the big projects that the government will undertake going forward. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you are notified about any new video that we upload. If you think this may be helpful for any of your friends or family members or relatives, feel free to share this video with them. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.